Welcome to this special edition of Hannity. I'm Kayleigh McEnany, and for Sean. We start here with a Fox News alert. President Trump leading the way on budget negotiations, endorsing a new, drastically slimmed-down bill to keep the government open. But on Capitol Hill, that measure was just voted down. And the clock is ticking as government funding runs dry at midnight tomorrow. That's about 26 hours from now. Now, this comes as we learn shocking new details about how the Biden White House cocooned and protected a diminished commander-in-chief. Now, the reporting comes from this expose in the Wall Street Journal. They reported that, quote, there were limits over who Biden spoke with, limits on what they said to him, and limits around the sources of information he consumed. The President of the United States limited out of necessity by unelected handlers. Let that sink in. The report notes that, quote, senior advisors were often put into roles that some administration officials and lawmakers thought that Biden himself should occupy. So who has been running the country over the last 4 years? That's the question. The president's diminished status was so bad that meetings with Democratic lawmakers, powerful secretaries like Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin and Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, quote, were infrequent or grew less frequent. In fact, they canceled meetings altogether if Biden was out of it. And, quote, some legislative leaders had a hard time getting the president's ear at key moments, including ahead of the U.S.'s disastrous pullout from Afghanistan. Now, as you'll remember, we lost 13 heroic Americans at the Abbey Gate in the ruinous fall of Afghanistan, and lawmakers couldn't get a hold of the president. But perhaps the most disturbing detail of all of this is this. Listen closely. Quote, a sign that the bruising presidential schedule needed to be adjusted for Biden's advanced age had risen early on in just the first few months of Biden's term. Administration officials noticed that the president became tired if meetings went long and would make some mistakes. So aides to the president knew in just the first few months of his term the incapacity of the leader of the free world, and they did nothing. What a scandal. In fact, listen to this. In the spring of 2021, so just after taking office, Biden was having an off day, so they scrapped a national security meeting. Now, one national security official involved with that canceled meeting noted to a White House aide, quote, he has good days and bad days, and today was a bad day, so we are going to address this tomorrow. Let's hope the matter could wait until then. Meanwhile, President-elect Trump is actively engaged, and this is a month before Inauguration Day. Trump is negotiating government funding deals. He's prodding allies like Canada and Mexico to fix their porous borders, and he's mapping out an ambitious legislative agenda. But first, Congress will need to pass a budget deal.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.